Those who want to get rich quickly usually make this terrible mistake. With this approach, you can really build wealth and retire as a millionaire. Welcome to this channel. Like so many other people, do you want to know how to get rich quickly? Do you want to know the secret method for quick success, the ultimate tip? First, perhaps a word of warning. Many people who are interested in this topic are desperate because they are in financial difficulties and dream of living like a Hollywood star. Understandable. However, you have to be careful not to let desperation tempt you into making stupid decisions. For example, you could theoretically make money quickly by robbing a bank. For obvious reasons, however, this is not a solution. In my opinion, anyone can build wealth and prosperity, and in this video I will also introduce the best methods for beginners. However, building wealth takes time. Those who want to get it as quickly as possible will probably take too many risks or fall for false premises. An example of high risks. There were a few lucky people who made a lot of money with Bitcoin thanks to good timing. However, anyone who invests in Bitcoin without a strategy and without having done their homework is more likely to gamble away their hard-earned money. An example of false promises. There are numerous financial influencers on TikTok and YouTube who promise the greatest success, be it with derivatives, dropshipping stores, and cryptocurrencies. If you buy their expensive video courses, you will supposedly learn everything you need to know to make big money. These financial influencers are certainly making a fortune, but I would strongly doubt that you will become a super trader. This is why it makes the most sense for most people to invest in a globally diversified ETF. The idea is that you are linked to the global economy. Humanity is constantly developing new technologies and turning them into products. This is how companies generate profits. By holding a large basket full of shares of these companies, the stocks, you participate in the success of these companies. And the good thing is, in contrast to individual stocks, where you always have the risk of total loss, the global economy is always on the up in the long term, for the reasons mentioned. Despite financial crises, wars or catastrophes, the major stock indices have always recovered and risen to new heights. More on this in a later video. Therefore, it makes more sense for beginners, in particular, not to invest quickly and riskily, but rather to build wealth in the long term. I will present further options for this in later videos. But there is a very simple option for beginners. Invest money every month in a broadly diversified ETF. This means that on average, after fees and inflation, you can expect an increase in assets of around 6.5% per year. That doesn't sound like much, but over the course of your life, compound interest will fully unfold and the money will work for you. For example, someone who starts investing $100 in ETFs every month at the age of 18 will build up assets of around $350,000 by the age of 65. The interesting thing is that in this scenario, only $56,400 actually consists of deposits. $293,000 comes from interests and compound interests, which means your money worked for you without you having to do anything. And if you save and invest $300 per month instead of $100 per month, you end up with 3 times the final assets. This means you can retire as a millionaire. Tax aspects were not taken into account in the calculation, so as not to make the example too complicated. However, this does not change the central message. By saving and investing, you can build up wealth over time. Want to find out more about building wealth? then subscribe to the channel and don't miss the latest videos on financial education, freedom and wealth. See you next time.